Hi everyone, it's Jody from An Eye for Beauty, and today is Saturday, May 2nd, 2026. We are going to do our weekly energy check-in. We're going to talk about the energy that we just left in this past week, and we're going to look at what is coming in for us in the coming week, the first week of May. Before we begin that, let me ask you, how are you feeling? It has definitely been a critical time for all of us ascending, and it has been very deep, reflective work being asked of us individually, looking into the inner critic that lives inside of you and learning where you need to let go of all of that self-talk, that negativity, cut the cords to what has been pulling you down, what has been draining your energy, whether it is within or it is something or someone outside of you that you give your energy to and it is not reciprocated. Scorpio is a very deep and very intense, energetic water sign, and this full moon was deeply transformative for all of us. Wherever you resisted or had a hard time or were stubborn in allowing yourself to realize where you need to cut the cord, it made it a little bit harder. And I can attest to that in this last week. I definitely felt it. And I had to sit quietly with myself and look at where I was being stubborn and where I wasn't allowing myself to receive what I needed to learn in order to release, cut the cord, and move forward into May. So I ask the same thing of you. Where is the inner critic coming in and really not serving you? Where is their judgment coming in? Where are you not allowing yourself to see what you need to see? So that, one of the big things is, imagine you're wearing a mask and you're taking that mask off. What has been revealed to you? Whether it's something within yourself or some person or situation or relationship outside of yourself that you need to let go of. Changes need to be made. You can't turn away from the changes any longer that you need to make. Whether it's a change within yourself, a change in a pattern or behavior that you express daily, a change within a relationship or a situation that you are currently in that needs to go. Everybody's situation is going to be different, but this full moon in Scorpio really called us all to action, and that is the action. So what we are going to look at is basically where we're going now in the first week of May. We have two full moons in May. Yesterday's in the sign of Scorpio and the 31st of May in the sign of Sagittarius. In both cases, they both call us to be truthful with ourselves. Scorpio energy asks you to do that deep, transformative work. What is hidden in the depths of your soul and in the depths of any situation. And if you remember last week, if you watched it, that was basically the theme of last week. Coming up from the depths is where we find the light, but you got to go down into the depths in order to find it. That's where you can lighten up your burdens and your loads and lighten up yourself. Where are you always working so hard, striving so hard, and you're not giving yourself enough time to have joy and happiness and to see the beauty all around you? Our nervous systems are shot because of all that we're working through. So we really need to do this in a very small, kind, gentle way with ourselves. And it has not been easy. And the more sensitive you are, the more that you definitely know what I'm talking about and you're feeling it. It's showing up in aches and pains and situations in your body as well. So we always talk about this, that if you're feeling anything and you feel you need to get medically checked, go and do it. But many people are doing that and nothing is wrong. And that's because it is what is happening around us and inside of us that is causing the pain in the physical body or the situation in the physical body. So now we're going to look at the week that is coming in, the first week of May. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull a card from this deck and we're going to see where we're going. Okay, so let's see what the angels want us to know. Divine, heavenly, white light. Okay, 2 cards are here. Okay, so now we're at the end, okay? We're heading into a new month, and we're at the end of a cycle. And now we are assessing the situation. Each of us has to do that work, assess what is next for us. The first thing that I want you to do is look at what you've gone through. Look at where you're at. Look at how much strength you have that you didn't realize that you had to get through what you went through. And maybe it was really not easy, but you got through it. Of course, there are changes that have to be made, and of course, you're making those changes to help yourself in the long run and to lighten up. But don't forget just how resilient you are through the chaos, through the messiness, through the things that are trying to pull you down. You are a resilient human being, and the angels want to remind you of that so that you don't forget that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at what we've kind of worked through as a collective. And this may resonate with you and it may not, because it probably will though. But of course, we're in a general reading, so everybody is a little bit different. But let's just see. Where are we at here? Oh, did you see that? Okay, let's see if there's anything else. Anything? No. Okay, this one right here. All right. So the card that flipped out is embracing healing. When you're going through change and transformation, that's what you're doing. You're allowing yourself to go through healing. Healing is a journey. It is not a destination. Trust the process and know that every step is bringing you closer to peace. And isn't that what we're all searching for? Peace. And whatever work you have done on yourself up until today was to create more peace and calm in your daily life. And maybe that was ridding yourself of a relationship. Maybe that was ridding yourself of a way of being or a pattern in your life that you notice you keep doing that's not working anymore. And it doesn't cause you peace, it causes you chaos. You have to change that. Each of us has been doing this, has been allowing or giving ourselves the opportunity to heal. How does that resonate with you? I'm sure it does. But now let's see the other cards. Oh, there's 3 here. Okay. As a collective, we are clearing entangled karma. Well, that makes sense. Every relationship is holding lessons. Break free from karmic ties that no longer serve your growth. Now, if you look at the world stage, we are doing that also. And we are all being called to not get caught up in the entangled loop of what we see in our world. We, especially if you are sensitive, you can't get too caught up in it because it will pull you down. And that's a cycle that needs to end and break. So if you have found yourself being almost addicted or obsessed with needing to know what is going on, that's ending. And that's going to heal. And it's, everybody's different, but it's really important to notice where you get pulled down. And maybe it's not the world, but maybe it's like in your family, or maybe it's in the workplace, or maybe it's in friendships or neighbors, neighborhoods. Where do you allow yourself to get caught in the gossip, caught and entangled in those things, the energy that is low, that pulls you down, that doesn't lift you up? It's time to break that because you're caught in it and you need to let it go. The second thing is very important, is rewiring the way that you love. Love yourself, love people, love family members, love what you do, love what you're passionate about. When pain becomes the pattern in love, it's time to relearn the connection. Begin again differently. Again, from the beginning of this, we talked about how it is so important from yesterday's full moon, and it's going into this weekend to Monday, so you have all this weekend to do this reflective work if you choose. It is calling you to look at where you've put your energy in the past that has not been reciprocated, that has not been loving, that has pulled you down, that has drained your energy. Remember, it's a person, a situation, a pattern, a belief, a way of being, a job, a thought process. It is time to rewire how you love yourself, how you show up for yourself. Because most humans that I know show up for everybody else and then show up for themselves. And being selfless is showing up for yourself first, taking great care of yourself so that you can show up for others that truly want you to, that truly are grateful and thankful that you do. Remember, the energy has to be reciprocated. And then the last one is the book is open and it's clean slate. And you are able to rewrite a new part because you have your personal power back. By letting go of the things that have drained you, you have made space for a new way. And so this says your story isn't fixed. It's unfolding with every choice that you make. Claim your power and write a new ending. And you are being asked to do that. We all are. I'm going to ask the fairies and fairy energy. Go out in nature, guys. Get yourself grounded and centered. That is something I've definitely been needing to do more than ever. Fairy energy does have an ego. It's not as high and light as the archangels. So they are going to tell you something for your best and highest good, but it might not be something you want to hear. They're kind of funny. So let's see what they would like to say to all of us, okay? So what is the strongest energy that you want to share with the collective that's watching this right now? Okay. So do more research. See the books. I've been getting this for a lot of clients also. Okay. So here's the card at the bottom of the deck. All right, there's two of them. Pregnancy and patient please. No, you're not pregnant. You might be, but that's not what this is about. This is about brand new beginnings. Remember, it says claim your power and write a new story from the last card. Clean slate. Well, that's a new beginning. That's a pregnancy. That's something that is newly being created. And the butterfly represents new beginnings. So you are birthing something new into your life. Remember to have patience with the process. It's not going to happen overnight, okay? And you, based on what that is for you, because you are coming into truly owning your personal power and truly letting the world see who you really are. And maybe you forgot who you really are. And through this deep reflective work, you're learning more about yourself. Well, sometimes we need to take the time to write and journal. Or maybe we need to read something, depending on where you're at. So I'll show you an example. I'm at a point now where I'm next leveling. So I just got this book, and this book is called Metatron. This is the clarion call. All you need to know in terms of the Merkaba, which is Metatron sign. And I encourage you, if you meditate, to imagine yourself when you're meditating in this Merkaba, because it's a protection seal. But this person that wrote this basically channeled it. And I'm in the process of channeling a book as well. So did I buy this book just to read about it? Absolutely. But it's also to see how someone writes a book from channeling. And so I'm doing research, essentially. It's going to serve me. It's going to help me to learn more about what Metatron wants to share with us, the highly vibrational people that are on their purpose and going higher and healing and helping people to heal and being of service. You need to protect your energy. So I'm going to learn about that, but I'm also going to learn about finding ways in which to write my own book. And when I first started my business 10 years ago, that's kind of how I developed my business, was by seeing how others did this work and how I wanted to create it in my own way. So you're being called to do the same thing if you're watching this. Wherever you're going next on your journey, you are being called to do more research for yourself. if you are, I'm hearing the word investigate. So if you are concerned about something that has been pulling you down, you're also being called to not jump the gun. Remember what we talked about. A lot of people are having physical symptoms right now. Feel into it. When you really feel like something's wrong, then take the action step you need to take. But also have the patience. Because I want to remind you that God created us in his divine eye. And we are divine and perfect humans. That's how he created us, imperfectly perfect. Just as we are. And he gave us the ability to heal ourselves. But healing is not overnight. Healing takes time. And it takes a lot of time to change ways of being and the way we manifest things and what goes on in our mind space and how we show up for ourselves. And all of this work takes time. So it's so important to give yourself the time and the grace to work through whatever you're working through and do the research and investigate instead of just jumping to conclusions and worst case scenarios, because we're changing that in the energy. We're May of 2026. We've gone through a lot of transits and a lot more coming in of different frequencies astrologically that are going to continue to push us along and help us to make these shifts and changes for our better. Okay. Let's get a final closing message from Michael. Well, he says, yes, you are correct. So that's good. And he says, deeper insights are at hand. So he's good with the message so far. But let's see what his final message is to all of us. Okay, it's got to be this one. Oh, there's two here. I think there's more than two. No, there's two. Okay. Another book, Embrace Your Life Purpose. Write the book, just like we talked about here. Read the book, just like we talked about here. Journal. Get out on paper how you have felt, how you are feeling. Ask for guidance, ask for support. And then allow yourself to recognize the signs that are coming in to answer those questions. When you truly open yourself up to seeing the signs, you see them. I'll give you one more example. Today I was online in a store and I was questioning something going on with someone that I love in my head. And I saw, now I can see, and I don't know if you can see, but I can see when I know when the angels are around me, they'll like throw a little white feather. I mean little, but right in my eye. So I see it. Where'd it come from? Comes out of nowhere. Little white feather. That was my message. It actually looks like this, but smaller scale. And just comes out of nowhere. It's like right here. It's happened in sessions, in my sessions. So that's a sign. And so I want you to start opening yourself up. Say, I am willing to receive the signs that you're showing me. I am open and ready to receive them. And then allow yourself to do just that, to receive them. Because they're coming at you in all ways through something I just said, or maybe, look, here's another butterfly. We talked about the butterfly earlier with the pregnancy card. There's another sign. You might see it through like an animal or a bird that flies around you, or a bug. What else do we have here? If you see coins and angel numbers. Angel number 444 or angel number 333 I've been seeing a lot. Or maybe angel number 222 or angel number 111 or maybe 123. Regardless, open yourself up to the signs. It's going to help you through this week. All right? So I hope that this message serves you. If you're still struggling, please reach out and do a virtual session or come in person and do a personal session as well. I'm here to help and support you all, and so is our community. So if you want to share anything in the comments, just know that by doing that, it helps everybody. And please like this so that it is circulated through the algorithm so more people can see these messages. I wish you all a great week, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.